Hello people, this is Y&Y Jams. I'm Yash and that's Yuvraj.
Hi, and today we have the amazing Victoria Theodore, who is a very incredible pianist, singer, songwriter, and she's from Los Angeles.
She's a keyboardist for Stevie Wonder, Beyoncé, and a band named Enspirits.
So today we're gonna be learning so much about and many things about life, music, and everything. I'm so excited for the session, and let's see if she has joined in or not. I'll take her. Yep, she's here.
Hi,
Hey,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
Good
You're
too.
looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Amazing.
It's such a pleasure to be here.
Same
Yeah,
here.
same here. How are you? How was the day?
It was a good day. I'm in Los Angeles, California. So it's 9 p.m. here. And I
Oh,
worked all day creating music for a musical, writing songs, practicing piano, doing all sorts of things. So it was a good day.
That's lovely.
So you guys are in the
lovely.
morning
It's
there.
morning here. Yeah, it's morning. We just had our breakfast.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Are we good? Can you hear us totally? No problem?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are we audible?
yeah, no problems.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, my friend says it's midnight. Oh, Barsha, she's in New York. Hey, we got some
Yeah.
folks all over the
A lot
country
of
coming
people
in here.
joining in. Hello everyone. Hello
Hi, so
everyone.
good to see you all here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So you
So,
guys are
I want to tell you,
musicians.
yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
were saying something.
Go ahead.
Sorry, you were saying something?
I was just asking, you guys are musicians, both of you. I've seen your page.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for appreciating. You're amazing.
Ah, thank you. Thank you.
So, yeah, as we are in India, we are blessed with a very vast culture of music, as
Yeah.
from pop to Hindustani, classical to folk, and many more. But just to clarify, the mainstream music is just film music.
Mm-hmm.
But coming back to industries, then we have one in Mumbai, which is called Bollywood. Then there's South Indian industry. We
Yeah.
have four languages here: Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam. Then
Yeah.
there's Punjabi, and then there's Marathi, and so on and on. But
Fascinating.
a lot of young learning musicians like us are not much influenced by jazz or blues, that kind of music. So would like to hear something about from you.
Okay. Well, I don't know much about Indian music at all. I would love to learn one day. But my influence and background is in American popular music for the most part, but also in European classical music. I started off as a classical pianist, and I went to a conservatory, Oberlin Conservatory of Music in Ohio, and I studied classical piano with a Russian piano teacher who was very, very strict. But it was good for me. I really appreciated the discipline and the high expectations that she had for me. So it set me up very well for having a career. I'm from Oakland, California, and so I grew up in the church, Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church in West Oakland, and I played all kinds of music growing up, from pop
Gospel
to
music.
jazz. What was that?
Gospel music.
Yeah, so that's what I grew up. I grew up in church playing gospel music, pop music, musical theater, and then a lot of classical. A lot of classical.
Oh, it's cool. So, being an amazing musician, have you heard or explored Indian classical music anytime,
Not
anywhere in your life?
really. I'm not. No, I haven't really had that opportunity yet, but I definitely would love to. I've got some friends who play traditional classical Indian music, but I haven't participated in it. No, not yet.
Have you ever been in India before?
Not yet. it. I need to, I would love to go. I would absolutely love to go. So
We
hopefully
would
this
love to have
whole,
you.
yeah, it would be really good. I told Yash yesterday, I know one song in Hindi. Not, I don't really know
Yeah,
it. I
can
know
you
little
please sing
parts of
that
it.
one? Please, can you please sing that one?
The song is from the movie Lagan, and it's O Palan Hare.
Oh wow. Would
I'm
love
gonna
to hear.
try. I'm gonna. Please forgive my Hindi. It's not real.
Yeah,
Uh, so the
Okay.
song goes, O Palan Hare, Nirganyanyare, Timre bin Hamura, Hona Nahi. That's it.
Whoa,
wow, lovely.
you sing so
Amazing.
good.
But yes,
So,
I would
ma'am,
really love to study it. I really appreciate, especially the rhythmic components of Indian music is fascinating to me.
we are also fascinated by international music, jazz, blues.
Sure. Yeah,
We're loving
yeah.
it.
Good, good.
Ma'am, what are the genres you're influenced by mainly? Genres.
The people have, let's see, definitely, one of my heroes, one of my mentors, and one of my bosses, Stevie Wonder. He was
Yeah.
really an early influence for me. Well, as a little kid, I remember just loving his music. And when I was first starting to learn piano, I learned some of his songs, like Ribbon in the Sky, Overjoyed. Those songs really touched my heart and still do. And they still really affect people around the world. I mean, people,
Yeah.
I've traveled
Indeed.
around the world, not India, but other places. And internationally, people know those songs and they love them. So he's been a huge influence on me in terms of musicality, discipline, work ethic, and songwriting. Just really having a strong sense of lyrical content, melody, groove, and connecting.
Yeah.
Lots of your friends are joining, I guess.
I
Hello everyone.
see. I
Everyone's
see. Hi,
doing.
everybody.
Everyone's waving.
My
Everyone's
sister
waving.
too.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Ma'am, may you please guide us about the art of music? How can one develop the art of music?
Well, I was thinking about that. The art of music really is about life because music infuses everything that we do. You think about rhythm that's present in sound waves, in light waves, the frequencies and the waves of the ocean, and it's really all around us. Harmonics, the sound of just even a snap has multiple layers of sound in it. And music allows us to communicate. And so that's the main purpose for it, in my opinion, is to just be able to connect people, to give them an experience. And as a performer, that's always my goal, to give somebody an experience they won't forget and to lift them out of whatever problems they may be having in the midst of my performance and bring them to a state of euphoria or joy or distraction or even a remembrance of how something sad may have felt. But sometimes that's really a good way to experience sadness through music because you can reconcile it. You can actually
Yeah.
deal with it. So the art of music, I think the main thing is being able to share it and communicate and help people, to give people light,
Connecting with people through music is important.
It's very important. It's the main thing, I think. Now we also play for ourselves. Obviously, I love to play just at home by myself,
Very amazing.
and sometimes that's just enough, but I also appreciate the fact that I can offer a musical experience to people in a variety of styles.
Amazing.
So as you were saying that you're a classical pianist from your initial. So when you were asked to play all the technological stuff like synths or Moog, Rhodes, etc.
Right.
So were you dealing with any kind of problems by then?
No, because
What was
what
the
happened was
feeling
when I was in
exactly? How did you felt at that point?
Well, when I was in high school, I was in a band. And so when I was in that
Oh,
band, I had to have a keyboard. And so that was when I first started using keyboards and
which
playing
keyboard
like,
was your first keyboard?
oh my Lord, my first keyboard was a Prophet. Was it? I'm
Oh,
horrible to remember, but
sin-
it was a Prophet keyboard. Which one? I don't remember because I'm terrible with remembering technology,
yeah.
what instruments are. But it was a Prophet keyboard, and my mother and my dad bought it for me, and I used it for the band that I was in. And it was a cover band. We played a lot of Prince songs, and it was so fun. And I did that all at the same time as I was playing classical music. So when I got to college, I studied with John Chowning, who was actually the developer of FM synthesis when I was at
Oh,
Stanford for graduate school. And so I learned programming through him, as well as some classes at Mills College in Oakland, which had a really strong electronic music program. And so I was familiar with it by the time I started working as a professional. And I just, I learned to adapt. And, you know, my heart is always going to be the acoustic piano. That's number one for me. I absolutely love it. And I can't deny it. But I also absolutely love flexibility of synthesizers, and I've got several. And yeah, so I didn't really have trouble with that. And learning to be able to create sounds was really important. And so for you students, that's one thing I would definitely say and encourage, regardless of what your instrument may be, piano, violin, drums, whatever, there's an electronic version of it and the way for you to engage with the technology, and take the time to learn to do it, because that's going to increase your skill set. So when you're out there trying to find jobs, you can offer that. That's really important.
coping up with technology is important, really important. Truly said.
Absolutely. Yeah, and it's so liberating. There's so much that you guys can do today that was not possible back when I was in school. You can really
True.
create a record, your own projects just in your room. You know, so
Yeah.
knowing how to
Right.
do that, how to create a sound, how to create musical expression is really important. So learn your instrument first of all. Obviously, learn your instrument. Practice diligently. Put in hours, more hours than you think that you would need, and really learn your instrument. Play with other people. That there's really nothing better than that. Going out and just really listening to other musicians and actively listening. I see my friend Haim is there. Hey, Haim. Yes, decades of hours. But really, when you're listening to records, it's such a great advantage you guys have. You can go to YouTube, Spotify, all the places, and get literally every recording that's ever been made. Listen to it first and then go back and play along, so that you really start absorbing the style and understanding the intention of the composer and of the recording artist. And that comes through in your playing. And it's almost like playing with the masters, right? There's nothing like being able to go in live and playing in person with a master player. That's the best, right? But especially these days when everybody's stuck in their house, listening to a recording and playing along with that is really, really a good experience and valuable as part of your music education.
Very truly said, ma'am. Very truly said. Ma'am, being an amazing jazz musician playing with legends, how I just want to ask, how can one develop the art of improvisation?
The art of improvisation. Well, I go right back to the first thing that I said about listening. Listen to people that you like the way they improvise, right? If there's a particular guitar player, or you guys are both keyboard players?
No, I play guitar.
You play guitar. All right. So if there's an amazing guitar player that you love their solos, listen to them, write them down, and play along with the recording, right? That's really a fantastic way to do it. The other thing is you want to try to demystify it. So a lot of time people think, oh no, I have to improvise. It's terrifying. And what you want to really do is let that go. don't put that pressure on yourself, because the pressure itself will make your improvisations terrible. I know, I'm a perfectionist. I'm like my biggest critic, and it's a challenge and a struggle for me that I deal with all the time. I have to tell myself, don't worry about it. And so I share that with other people too. Don't worry about it. Just do it. Just play. Because if you think about it, like I said, music is communication. So as I'm speaking to you, I don't have notes in front of me. I don't know what I'm going to say next necessarily. I have a general idea of what I want to say, how I want to express myself, how I want to be able to help, people listening or give advice, etc. But I'm really improvising right now, right? So improvising music is no different. And if I worry about, I have to make sure that every single word is specifically the right word, I mean, it's great to be articulate and expressive. And hi, even Sydney there, Breg G. But at the same time, what's more important is authenticity and really being earnest and sincere with what you're trying to express. So that's really those two things: listening and
Transcribe.
off yourself. Yeah.
Ma'am, who are your favorite jazz improvisers?
Okay, my favorite jazz improvisers. Talking about the legends, Herbie Hancock, for sure.
We love him.
Love him. Chick Corea. Just so many. Rachel Z. I love her. She's a jazz musician here on the East Coast. Nina Simone. People don't really think of her so much as, she was an amazing pianist, and people know her more as the singer, but musicians who really know her music know that she's an incredible pianist as well. And then contemporary people, I would say Hiromi. She's a Japanese pianist. She's phenomenal. Hey, Ron Diaz. Yeah. Omar and Rachel Z. So Omar Hakim and Rachel Z are a couple, and they're just incredible. Let's see. Corey Henry. Yeah, Corey Henry's incredible. Jacob Collier.
Again.
Yeah, so I love all those, because the thing that's in common with all of them is what I said about their authenticity and their honesty and their true expression. They're really unique, each of them, and you can just feel that they have released any kind of stress about it. They just play. And that's the goal. That's the goal for me too. I'm still trying to get there.
Indeed.
But so, how was the quarantine?
Say that again?
How was the quarantine?
Well,
how did you spend your time?
It's been very interesting. Hard because the world shut down, and my boyfriend Dave and our band Enspirits had a tour, and the tour, like everyone else's, was canceled. And so what we did at the beginning of the quarantine period was we performed a daily show on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, and we did 100 days in a row of playing every day for 100 days. And then we took a break, and then we actually got busy. He got busy with a movie. I got busy I was music director for a Playbill event. And so we're getting ready to resume it again. So, if anybody wants to watch, just follow our page, Enspirits. We're on Instagram, on Twitch, on Facebook, all the things. And so we played every day, and we had a good time, and people really seemed to appreciate it. So that really helped us to normalize, because we could play and share music. But other than that period of time, I've been busy being creative, which is awesome. I feel really blessed. Yeah.
That's great.
How about for you guys? How's it over there?
It's great. We were also being creative in our own selves, learning new things.
Yeah, we worked on our skills. Right. Still, we are working on our skills. But
Okay.
yeah, we learn some new stuff. We transcribe some new genres, and yeah, it's been pretty much good.
Yeah. We were talking to legends like you
Yeah,
and learning
Yeah,
from
there
them,
you go.
spreading the joy of music.
everywhere.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. I see we have some questions in here. Emerson
Yeah.
Fortes. I'm actually in Los Angeles, Emerson, and Y&Y Jams is in India. And what city are you in?
Bhopal,
Bhopal.
from
Bhopal.
Madhya Pradesh,
Yeah. We are
Okay.
in
MP.
Bhopal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Okay.
small city, not like Los Angeles.
No, no. That's okay.
Now,
That's okay.
I just want to ask, what are the few qualities a musician must have other than music?
Okay. Professionalism. You want to make sure that you show up on time, and actually, on time means early. um, know your music. You know, don't go to a rehearsal not knowing your music. And that doesn't matter if the rehearsal is for a small venue like a bar where maybe 10 people will show up. It doesn't matter. There's one saying that says, how you do anything is how you do everything. And so if you make it a habit to be professional, on time, a cool person, don't be a jerk. It seems obvious, but it's apparently not obvious for some people. Be kind, be considerate, um, listen. Don't make it all about yourself, right? Make it about the music.
Exactly.
Be in service to the music.
We are
Yes.
all under the umbrella of music.
Say that again.
We are all under the umbrella of music,
Yes,
serving
exactly.
music.
Yes. I see some comments in here. You must have soul. Yes, it is good to have soul. You want to have soul. Be connected to your spirit and
Giving
why
us
you're doing it, why you're
right.
making music. Because a lot of times people get, especially younger people, get caught up in the fame and the potential money. I put in quotes because musicians know. But it's not about that. You want to have it be about the music, making the music as good as it can be, having it be as elevated as it can be. Because when it's that's what people attach to. That's what draws people to be in it. Yeah, you know.
So yeah, coming back to that, uh, when we've been recently listening to the album Grateful, and we are so loving it, so loving it. It's incredible.
Thank you,
Hats
thank
off to
you.
you. So, how did you approach it? What was the purpose of your album?
Well, you know that when I did Grateful, I had been with Stevie Wonder for 7 years, and I
Oh,
was writing these songs, and I never recorded them because the thing is, when you tour with a major artist like that, it's really difficult to shift your focus because you end up giving 100% to that artist and more, and it's amazing. It's an honor, but your own work does get put on the back burner. So I had to figure out. Hi, Amy. I had to figure out a way to, and as this goes for all artists, figure out a way to be your own artist in the midst of a job. And so that's what the performing for the high level artists, it's a job that I do. And my job is to do everything I can to support that artist, which means my own music got put on the back burner for a long time. So finally, I had a chance when I left Stevie, and I left Stevie to do a television show. And so I had time, which was the Arsenio Hall show here in the United States. I don't know if you guys have seen that over there, but it was a big, big show here in the United States.
oh,
And so once that was done, I did my record, and I really wanted to have it be an expression of my life. One of the songs, the song that's actually the namesake for the album, is Grateful. And I wrote that with my friend Amy, who's on here. And I remember we got together at her beautiful loft in Oakland, and we wrote the song, and it really resonated. The idea that gratitude shifts your whole life when you take the approach that I'm going to be grateful even for my shower, because some people don't have one. you know, for the food that I have, for my health, for the love in my life. It's really an important thing. And so that's why I named the album Grateful. And that song really set the tone for the whole record, that I wanted to tell my story in a way through those songs.
Ma'am, where did you record your album? Just
I
ask.
recorded it mostly in Los Angeles. I started recording in the Bay Area in San Francisco. But then by that time I was really ready to really record it. I had moved to Los Angeles for the television show, the Arsenio Hall show. So that's where I finished it, in Los Angeles.
Amazing, amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Ma'am, there's a question that just bumped into me in the morning. That
Okay.
is it important for a musician to have a backup plan? If music doesn't work, we have to go for this one, or a lawyer or something
That's
like
a
that.
really good question. I would say it's always good to have a backup plan, just because you want to be as multifaceted a person as possible, no matter what you do, right? So if you're a lawyer, if all you do is law, you're boring. Have something else that you love, that you do, whether it's being someone who's in service to the homeless, someone who volunteers at hospitals, or is a part-time chef at home, you know? Yeah, someone put in there, the pandemic taught us that question, right? Because when you're stuck at home, and a lot of people lost their jobs. So this thing that they were so focused on, they couldn't do anymore. So now what? So that, I would put it that way. Not so much that you need to have a backup plan, because music, if you really want to do music, it is so all-encompassing. You have to put all of yourself into it. There's just no other way. There's too much competition. There's too many talented people. And if you want to stand out, you have to, my goodness, when I was in high school, I practiced 3 or 4 hours a day. In college, I practiced 7 to 8 hours a day.
Oh my God.
There's no room for really doing something else. But at the same time, I also studied a lot of other things. I studied computers, right? I worked as an engineer at Apple for a while. One of my minors is computer science. I speak a few languages. Unfortunately, not Hindi or Tamil or any of the others that you mentioned. But so I studied that. I studied dance. I cook. I do yoga. So I've got a lot of things I'm interested
Yeah,
in.
we are loving the yoga sessions you're doing these days in the quarantine.
I just do
The,
yoga at home.
the
You know,
push-up sessions,
oh, you saw my
push-up
push-ups?
challenge.
Yes. Yep, I got to my 25 push-ups. So next is trying to get to two pull-ups. I can do 1 pull-up now, so that's good. But so that's what I mean. It's like I do other things. And so really, what can if music was not an option, other jobs that I could do? I mean, one, I teach, right? So I teach piano. So that's something that I do that's not necessarily performance, but I do, when I teach, I craft each lesson to the specific person, and I really try to find a way to have them connect to the music to achieve their goals. Thank you, Rags by Roz. Let me see in the comment there. Thank you. And thank you, Breg G. But I could also, I love science. I just finished reading Stephen Hawking's new book. So perhaps I could pursue that. Or maybe I could go to law school, because I love to read. And that was actually one of the things I thought about when I was younger. So just having a diversity of interests is good as a human being, much less.
You're inspiring, man. You're inspiring.
Thank you.
You're inspiring. Ma'am, I just had a question. May you please guide us on how can one sustain success?
How do you sustain success? Well, first of all, you have to create your path as a professional. Find the why. Why are you doing it? Like I said earlier, if you're doing it just for fame and money, okay. But I don't think that serves you or anyone else, because that's not going to be the thing that sustains you. The love is what's going to sustain you. Loving the music so much that you can't do anything else. Knowing how hard it is, you can't do anything else. You just have to do it. And you're willing to put in the work. Because musicians, you have to pay for life, right? Your apartment or your home, your food, your clothing. So musicians often have another job, but people don't understand the level of work that goes into it on top of your job. So you have your job, great, but like I said, serious musicians, especially in your teens and 20s, if you're not practicing 6 to 8 hours a day, you're probably not going to make it. That's just true. And as you get older, you don't have to put in as much of that specific time, but you still do have to connect to your instrument and you perform more because you've proven yourself. So you have more opportunity to perform. So the performance kind of turns into a form of practice. So once you've established your professionalism, you're showing up early, prepared, you know your music, you don't ever go to rehearsal unprepared. Don't ever do it. Not once. You show up and you're kind, you're friendly, you're able to talk to people. You don't make people feel weird or put people down. You don't malign people's names. So that's talking about people behind their backs. Don't do that. Because you know what? If you do that, people think that you'll do it to them. And so that creates that little bit of distrust. And you want to establish the trust. So, and besides the fact, if you're putting down people, you don't know what they're dealing with, right?
Exactly.
Everybody's dealing with something and not everybody shares it. So if one of the things that I know is that people who are not happy misbehave. People who are happy don't do things like that. So that empathy is really important. And when you carry that in your life, it shows and people want to be around you. So those things make it so that you can be successful and you're in situations. People love to have me or hire me because they know I'm going to enhance the situation. I'm cool to be around. I'm going to make everybody smile. That's what I do. So established, right? So now moving forward from that point, you can't lower the standard, right? You've proven yourself, you're a professional, you know how to do the job, people like you, etc. And you've been in it for 10 years, you've been in it for 20 years. Does any of that change? Nope. You still got to show up on time or early. You still got to be prepared. Don't ever show up to rehearsal prepared. Don't do it. You still have to be a cool hang. Someone people can trust. So that's really it, you know. And I would say one last thing about sustaining a career: always learn, always want to learn, be open to learning. Always, I learn every day. I seek it out purposefully. How can I enhance myself? What else can I learn? Ooh, this is special. Ooh, this is new. Don't be complacent. Learn.
Yeah. Such an helpful advice, ma'am. Really inspiring. Really.
So, by that, would like to know about the vision you had when you were starting at your times, when you were growing. What was the vision that you had that you want to be or something like that?
Right. Let's see. I remember when I was a little girl, I just loved to play. I didn't even know a music career was a thing. But then when I was 12 years old, I went to see the classical pianist Andre Watts perform on the piano. And I knew after seeing him, that's what I want to do. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know what that would mean, but I knew that's what I wanted to do. So my grandparents had a piano and I just played it as much as I could. And then my grandparents got together with my church and they paid for my piano lessons with the woman who lived next door to my house. Her name was Laura, my grandparents' house. Her name was Laura Toom Scott, and she was one of the first African-American piano teachers in the Bay Area, in the San Francisco Bay Area. And she taught a lot of people, including my own dad. She taught my dad to play piano and inspired me to keep working. And from there, I was just advised by a litany of wonderful mentors and teachers who put me on the right path. You know, Mr. Eugene Gash was my primary piano teacher, Janice Maxie Reed, and was one of my primary vocal teachers. Both of them are in the Bay Area. Well, Janice still is in. Mr. Gash passed away many years ago. And I just kept encountering people who put me on the right path, and I never forgot that. And so that's part of why I love to teach, because it's my way of giving back, because I was given so much.
Amazing.
I see somebody put in there whose dog is barking. Brenda put that in there. Do you guys have a dog?
No.
Yeah, I have a dog. Yeah, I have a dog out there.
Oh, okay. I can't hear it. So.
I also didn't hear.
Oh, and my friend Barsha, who's an amazing music director and pianist, and singer, and songwriter in New York City, wrote "Remain Teachable." That's really, really good advice too.
Oh, lovely. So, how was it working with Stevie Wonder?
Oh boy, it was magic. It was magic. I mean, he just, first of all, his music, right? The songs are exquisite and beautiful and thoughtful and relevant even today. You listen to a Stevie Wonder song and it just moves you. So to be able to play them on stage behind him was a dream come true. Seriously. And his standards are so high. Like he works on the keyboard every day. When I was on tour with him, he just had a keyboard everywhere he went, and was always, he embodies music and really set a high example for me, an incredible example for me.
He's a legend and an example for everyone.
Yeah. Oh, there's the doggy. I hear the doggy now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one.
So, we are just about to end, and I want to ask one thing, that what should young learning musicians like us should keep in mind that while achieving musical career, what should we keep in mind?
What you should keep in mind as you do your career?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep the joy. Keep the joy in mind. The joy that you feel when you think about the feeling when you've been working on something and you finally get it. How exciting is that, right?
Yeah.
Bring that level of joy to everything. Every time you play, every time that you write, just embody music and embody the joy, and share that.
Spreading the joy.
If you do that, you'll be all right.
Yeah. So, for wrapping us, would you like to play something for us?
Yeah, I'm going to invite Dave over, and we're going to play something for you.
Amazing.
All right, so I'm going to turn this thing so you can see us. Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
There he is. Hi.
How's it going?
Yeah, fine. How are you?
He said, fine, how are you?
I'm good. What time is it in India right now?
Sorry?
What time is it?
It's
11:15 right now.
11:15 in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Yeah, they're on Saturday already. Okay. Oh, let me fix this. Ron Diaz says, concert time. How lucky are we to have these front row seats? Hey Dave, is that living room changed a bit? No, we're in the studio. So this is our studio in downtown Los Angeles.
Oh, lovely.
Can you? Yeah, a little bit more. So I'm just trying to, because we don't have a camera person here, so. And yes, we will be coming back to Twitch very soon. We're getting it all set up. So you can, oops, I can't cut my head off. Hold on. Let's fix that. Okay.
Gonna be wonderful.
So, hi, Farid Bilal. This is Enspirits. All right. All right, here we go. So this is our song, Oh.
So excited.
Oh. a minute to say hello. Don't wanna be rude, but I really like to know. Cause it's only standing across the room, and there's only one thing that I can do. Birthday dance, come on and dance. Gotta wanna do this my body. Till the music stops and then we start again. Oh, 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 oh. Hear me say oh, 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 oh. Making me crazy, oh, 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 oh. Come on and take it, oh, 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 oh. I could be your lover, I could be your friend. I am hoping for the first to speak in honest. Take it ready, take it right. Take me up and do it till the morning light. Take a dance, come on and dance. You're gonna do this my body. Till the music stops and then we start again. Oh, 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 oh. You're gonna be saying oh, 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 oh. Making me crazy, oh, 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 oh. I wanna take it, oh, 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 oh. I'm not trying to fall in love with you, but if you do, I will be through. Just wanna hear you say my name over and over again. Tell me, are you down? Got me, oh, oh, oh. You make me, oh, oh, oh. You give me, oh, oh, oh. Come with me, oh, oh, oh. You be saying, oh, 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 oh. Making me crazy, oh, 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 oh. I wanna take it all.
Oh, that was wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful, amazing drummings too. Amazing,
Right?
amazing.
Isn't he
Amazing.
good?
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was a pleasure to have you, and we're really grateful to you for coming into this session and helping young learning musicians like us. And I hope everyone got to learn many things from you. You're really inspiring.
Thank you.
You are
Thank you.
such a diva. Such a diva. Amazing. Loving it.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thanks
The
everybody for
song was
tuning in.
wonderful.
It's a
Yeah.
pleasure.
So
All right.
please ping us whenever you come to India. We'll be
Oh, I certainly
so
will.
happy to
You'll
have
be the
you.
first to know.
Thank you so much for your time, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Really,
Means a
really
lot.
means a lot.
You're welcome. You guys have a great day.
Great day too. Thank you, Dave, sir. Thanks to you. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. You guys.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Bye bye.